you left the state. He was like, what? They can throw anything on you. What you're gonna do? Like, or like, what was the other one they just arrested? Tate. Oh,
Good.
yeah.
All right. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praise, all honor, all glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Wadash.
Hey, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. And a sincere piece of salutation to all you overly Akim out there, pushing this word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work that Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai has created us to do, so he can wake up and seal the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And you Israelites who are scattered amongst the heathen nations that may look like the heathen nations, but the father's seed line goes back to either the so-called black, Hispanic, or Native American, one of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Shalom. Your brothers from the GMSDenver camp coming back once again through the spirit of Father Yahweh Shem Yahweh to do what we were created to do, and that's to uplift the name of the Heavenly Father Yahweh and His only begotten Son Yahweh Shah, as we have been created to do. Last day of the year, man. So we're gonna do once again what we're made to do. Y'all good to go? It's good to walk through. You see, and that is what that's the prophesy, man. You see, and we're hoping for 2023 to be a big year of prophecy. You see, of the Most High bringing every more things that He said to pass. You see, that's what we're hoping for, man. You see. How does that make sense? How does that make sense? All these things. That doesn't make sense.
I showed you that these people are retarded.
That doesn't make sense at all. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense.
That's elementary knowledge.
All that time you use to walk around, you just walk past and being good. So we're ready for the Most High to bring heavy prophecy into this earth, man, especially in this next year. You see, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah willing, 2023 will be a major year in prophecy, man. You see, where the Most High sends great judgment into the earth, great plagues into the earth, great suffering and pain upon these people, man. That's what we're looking for, because that's what the prophecies call for. You see, we're not looking to be here a whole another year, man. May 2023 be that year, you see, of our Lord's return. You see, so we're going to get right into prophecy, man. Start at one.
This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, verse 1. Behold, speak down in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith Yahweh.
And this is what we do as the men of the Lord, man. We're not out here speaking our own words, giving you our own vain opinion. We don't give a fuck about none of that. Our opinion that matters, the opinion of your people, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, all we care about is what the Most High said, man. And that's what we speak. Everything that the Most High has written in this book, we bring it out in all truth and sincerity with the proper understanding. You see, that's something that has not been done in the earth for ages, man. All this watered down doctrine that you people are creeping up to, as if it's life, it's not, man. You see, the words of life are found written in this book, broken down the proper way by the prophets. That's what we speak out here on a weekly basis, man. On a daily basis, we go out through it. We're speaking the words of prophecy that the Most High put the Holy Spirit upon us to speak. You see? And everything that the men of the Lord have been saying is coming to pass. Ain't nothing that the Christians are saying is coming to pass. Because they don't deal with prophecy.
Verse 2. And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
What's the paper, man? The book. You see? That's why the Most High had these things written down, because they're faithful and true. But he kept a record of his word, but his prophecies bring it out in these last days, because they are faithful and true. You see? Y'all good to go?
He declared the end in the beginning.
Well,
The scripture says that.
Yeah.
Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee.
No. We don't give a damn about these people, man. We don't care about your opinion. We don't care if you don't believe the words that we're bringing out. Because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, you people are going to be made to look like fools, man. You see? You people are going to be made to look like fools out here in this earth. Because what? You scoff the prophets, you mock the prophets. But everything the prophets will tell you is coming from on high. It's from the Most High.
And that's literally what a fool is. a non-believer. You don't believe this truth. This is 11, verse 3. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
Talking about you Israelites. All you Israelites who don't have the faith in Yahweh Shai, you're going to die in your unfaithfulness, man. You're going to die believing in these false idols and these false doctrines that you've been cultivated to believe in. You see? Because at the end of the day, the gods that you believe in are no gods, man. They're idols. They're not true. They're not the creators of the heaven and the earth. The God of the Bible is, man. You see? So you people are going to be put to shame. You Israelites especially are going to be put to shame because of your unbelief, man. You see, unbelief leads to death and destruction for you. You got it, bro.
Verse 5. Behold, saith Yahweh, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction.
And this is what we're hoping to happen in 2023, man. The sword, famine, death, and destruction being brought upon this place to humble you people, to humble that spirit of pride that you have upon you, man. You see, because you people walking the earth complete arrogance. You see, and a complete spirit of being pompous, man. Thinking that nothing can happen to you. You living in complete wickedness and thinking that what, no judgment is coming. And this is the same spirit you were in before the flood came. You see? And that came upon you unawares. The same thing's going to happen when the Most High pours out the spirit of judgment here in this earth in these final days, man. You see? This is what we're hoping to happen here in the next year. And why is the Most High going to bring these type of judgments in the earth? It tells you in the next verse, you got it?
Verse 6. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled.
So that's why the Most High is going to bring the sword, famine, death, and destruction upon this place, because your wickedness, man, the wickedness of the people, a complete rebellion against the Almighty God Yahweh is taking place in the earth. You see? And when the Most High pours out that spirit of vengeance, those spirits of vengeance, you see, ain't gonna be no stopping it, man. Ain't gonna be no going back. You see, a lot of you Israelites are gonna be coming out here with your ass out, man. You see, because you refuse to take heed to the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. You see, you men, you women, and you children. All of you are in the spirit of rebellion, man. And the Most High is about to send the correction in the form of judgment. And it's much needed, man. We're longing for that day. How does that make sense? How does that make sense? This is clear.
Let me grab these precepts. Go ahead, bro. It says in 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 13, but evil men and seducers, which that's what modern women are, seducers. It says, shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. And it literally means they're insane. This generation, they're literally insane, and that's evidence of their insanity.
Because insanity would be you're going to do the same wicked shit and expect different outcomes. It ain't going to never be different when you're completely wicked all the time.
And I'm hoping, man, for the Most High to pour out complete judgment next year, man. I want to see bodies dropping by the hundreds of thousands, Lord willing. Because that's what needs to happen in the earth, man. A major correction of the human needs to be had, man. You see? The wicked rules need to be taken down. These people need to be corrected. They need to be punished, man. Judgment needs to come upon this place because it's completely out of order. It's completely wicked, man. And if you ain't in that same spirit, may the Most High put you to death too, man.
And you know what? Who's really to blame for all of this?
Esau.
Esau either, man. The so-called white man.
Why is the gas about to hit $7 a gallon?
I hope it goes too high.
You know?
I want the worst for this place, man. I'm sick of this shit. I was just saying that shit on the way up here, man. I'm sick of being on this planet ran by fucking Esau, man. It's a prison for an Israelite male, man. For you to be a man here in Babylon the Great, this is a fucking prison, man. You see? Everybody's trying to dictate and tell you what you can and can't do as a man. These women are trying to rule over you. You see? They're trying to have you shackled and chained spiritually.
They don't have no respect for their husbands, you know? And why is that? Because Esau put that in their head, man, that they can be that way. Nothing ain't gonna happen with them.
You can't move freely in the earth. Everything you gonna ask somebody some fucking permission, man. We're sick of this shit, man. This is not true life, man. Especially for an Israelite man, we're supposed to have sovereignty in the earth, man. To be able to go and come as we please. And that's something that can't be had here upon the Esau bitch ass, man.
And it doesn't matter if you have money or if you know what I'm saying, you're broke.
Hey, what happened to
These
Kanye
women,
West?
no matter what, no, but no matter what,
Andrew Tate.
right. I'll give you a quick example. I was driving people to a ski resort out here in Colorado,
Go ahead, man. How
Breckenridge.
does that make sense? Why would you stop, bro?
And
You wasted 5 more seconds doing all that.
fine. So anyway, you know, these women, let me give you a quick example. I'm driving these people, a married couple. The guy's a doctor, right? And he's like, I can hear his wife bickering in the back seat, just disrespecting him. And then like I'm a stranger just driving them to their ski resort, and she's like totally in order and nice and cordial with me, and I'm just like thinking in my head, this shit has to stop, man. This place is so fucking out of order, man. You're supposed to, you're a woman, you're supposed to respect your husband.
More than a stranger.
More than a stranger or a man. Like, and you know what I mean? Like, it's everywhere. He's a doctor, so I think he's probably pulling in some money. But it shows you
And
that,
that's how
it shows you the curses. And
That's
he was a Jake.
That's what the 2/3 are doing though. They're doing that same behavior to Yahweh Shai, which is the groom, the husband to the bride, right? They're rejecting the groom for the devil, the so-called white man, or the other nations.
And this is why, man. This is why correction has to be had in the earth, man. This is why shit needs to go back to how the Most High programmed it to be from the beginning. Back in that natural order, man. You see? But before that can happen, great judgment has to take place. And this is what's coming. The sword, famine, death, and destruction, because wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, man. The men are out of order. They're thinking they can be women. The women are out of order, thinking they can be men. You see, thinking they're equal to a man, and you're not. You see, a woman is not to lead, a woman is to follow. A man is to lead. You see, all these ordinances that the Most High created from the beginning, Esau has gone and taken them out of order. This shit, look.
We got
You
another
see?
one.
You see this shit? This is why this place gets destroyed, man.
Let me read this scripture again.
This is why the Most High needs to fucking destroy this place, man. Because it's in the spirit of Sodom and Gomorrah completely, man. This is why this place needs to fucking burn. And if you're not in that spirit, may the Most High judge you in everything you love, man. If you are an Israelite, a so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American, and you're still in that spirit of God bless America, man, and may death come upon you and your household, man. All this confusion and shit going on, you niggas have no problem with it. You love to live amongst wickedness, man. And that's why when the Most High pours out this fucking judgment, we're not gonna shed one tear for you niggas, man. Never. We won't cry for you niggas, man. We're gonna rejoice over the death of 2/3 of these so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, man. Fuck, man.
Yeah, man, like that shit that abomination that just walked by, that kind of stuff is supposed to vex you, man, like piss you off. You ain't supposed to look at that and just embrace it and shit, you know what I mean, and accept it.
I dressed like a fucking bitch with a whole goddamn 5 o'clock shadow, man.
Oh, and that, oh, they're showing some of these dudes are getting good at it where you can't even tell no more. You can't even tell with that witchcraft that they have now, the makeup, the form-shaping clothing and shit. They can take a man and make it look like a
Oh, I saw they even
what they call a dime piece.
They even have makeup for men.
And you motherfuckers just walk around on the earth in that fucking la-di-da spirit, man. Not giving it. You niggas is stupid, man.
Right. It says in verse 13 of 2 Timothy 3, but evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and hast been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them.
Because we've learned the truth, man. We've learned the ways of righteousness, and that's what we're going to continue in. And because we walk in the Spirit, there's always friction between us and the world, man. Because we're not of this world. We're not for this madness that's allowed to go on here, man. Our spirits are crying out daily for the Lord to come and judge this fucking place. And all you niggas walking around the earth thinking, man, you're not fucking men. You're not standing up for nothing, man. All you do is chase these used up bitches around the earth day and night, man. That's all you got in your fucking mind. Sipping ass niggas, man. Sipping ass niggas. You niggas are weak.
Living for the weekend.
You niggas are females, man. Niggas ain't crying out for righteousness to come. You niggas love living in wickedness. And may the Most High destroy you, man. You see? May the Most High bring sorrow and despair upon you, bro. Because you niggas are worthless, man. Sit around all damn day smiling in Esau's face. You see? Not wanting the kingdom to come. You want to continue to be slaves, man. And that's all you will ever be in Esau's society. You niggas are not kings, man. And this is why you niggas are useless to our nation. This is why the Most High is going to put 2/3 of you niggas to death, man. He's only going to save a remnant. And this is what we're praying to come here next year, man.
Just keep going.
How does that make sense? Walking around it. How does that make sense? Tell me how is that logical? Could you explain how that logical walking around in the store?
You gotta remember these low base.
It's not logical. It's not logical. That's not a high IQ.
They're running over us.
That's what I'm saying. That's not fucking logical. Why would you just walk through here?
And that shows you
People
that
are fucking idiots, man.
the blind leading the blind shall both fall.
Whatever. I'm not in the mood today. I'm not in the mood for these people.
I have in the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 8, and verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride.
And that's what's coming, man. That's what's coming. Punishment is coming to you people. Because of the pride that you're walking in. Ask yourselves, ask these people, when's the last time they thought about God, man? About what he wants to do in the earth. When the last time they thought about righteousness? About how the natural order of things should be? They haven't. All they're here doing is adopting these new ways of thinking, which are wrong, and trying to uplift and exalt that as if it's the true way to live, man.
Right. Oh, since you said that, the new quote that they're pushing, like even in the kids, like they got this one world education system, and it's called modernized. So back in the ancient world, it would have been called Hellenized, Romanized. They became Americanized.
I was about to say,
Now it's called modernized. And what modernized is them including the technology that they're going to implant inside your body. Man, what, man?
that was phenomenal.
Did you have something? Or was this one?
I got prayer, brother.
This is 2nd Ezra 15 and verse 6. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and the hurtful words fulfilled.
I got evidence of that right now. This is what we're actually holding. All right? And this day, let me pull it up. It's called the WEF. All right? They just announced, right here it is. It says the WEF. Read that one more time, Mark.
2nd Ezra, verse 15 and 6. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled.
Right, and how's it being fulfilled? By them bringing forth this NWO, mandating that device be implanted inside your body for buying and selling. All right? And the WEF just came out talking about the metaverse surveillance. All right? Which I can pull it up right here. I got it. It says that the metaverse surveillance, they're going to speed it up. WEF is going to speed it up. WEF is the World Economic Forum, which the speaker of the World Economic Forum is Satan Claus Schwab. And I didn't say his name correctly so that they didn't, tag us in the video. But this piece of shit is telling you openly on stage that he's going to have everybody implanted, which Elon Musk, he already openly said in 2023 that they're going to be putting this device inside the body of citizens, right?
And then you had to post the video where people who had surgery, they were already putting implants in.
A lot of people already that are medical, when you go in there, a lot of times they're already offering you a device to implant inside your body for tracking because of medical causes. But right here it says, on the Zero Hedge, WEF, to accelerate, push for metaverse surveillance. And how is this surveillance going to be done? It says, today it can be defined as a vision of what many in the computer industry believe is the next iteration of the internet, a single, shared, immersive, persistent 3D virtual space where humans experience life in ways they could not in the physical world. And what's going to attach you to this, that device that is spoken about in Revelation 13:16.
Revelation 13:16. And he caused them all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast. For it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
Right, which they're making this device mandatory. Which back in the ancient world, you gotta remember, they done this with branding. The Greeks, they'd make you walk around naked so they could check your rod to see if you were circumcised. See? And then they developed the barcode system, which in the barcode system you have 666, and that's what the MOTB is, having a barcode put upon you.
Even the patent number ends with that 60606.
You got something?
Just gotta look it up.
Hold on.
Not even 1 second.
You have a second? Go ahead.
Yeah, out right there. Out of break.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 33, and verse 33. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet has been among them.
Right? And they'll know that a prophet was among you. Because it's going to come to pass what we've been telling you through the Holy Spirit, right? That they're going to make this thing mandatory. And here we are. They're reporting that they're. Let me read on with this.
Man, hold on. And the thing is, all this shit that you other camps are talking about, that the market is not coming forth.
No.
The only thing that we see happening is a digital society being rolled out, CBDCs everywhere. They're transitioning from having a physical currency to a digital currency. You other camps talking about this fucking embargo, it's sin, it's white women. We don't see those things being put forth for you to buy and sell, man. But we do see a system being rolled out where the CBDC is going to be made the main currency. And you have world leaders talking about how they're about to get rid of the physical fiat currency, man. How do you think these CBDC is going to be used? They're going to put these things on a fucking chip.
Just like Yahushua is gonna come like a thief in the night to these heathen, these the 2/3. Esau is gonna kill that fiat money in a moment. You're gonna wake up and that dollar ain't gonna be nothing. It's gonna be in a moment.
They're not doing this at the end of 2023. They're telling you they're speeding it up. When they said, what was the bring out that they were going to bring out the CBDC pilot test? They said in July. This is telling you they're speeding it up. It says right here, for the World Economic Forum.
Hold on. And why they speeding it up? Because they know that they have but a short time, Revelation 12 and 12.
Right.
We were just in Walmart last night and you can see they've got rid of the plastic
Set
bags.
up, huh?
And they got these fucking brown, these small ass brown bags that you can only get 3 of because what? They're about to start rolling out that rationing system.
Rationing system, right?
And they told you in that video that you can only have a certain amount of digital currency that you can have. It's like the glass. You can only have this certain amount. Right. You're gonna be able to only get this certain amount of goods.
And that's if they, because I read another article, that's if they want to allow you to. Just like right now, they can refuse your service.
Yeah.
But that goes into what? That fucking credit system that China has is gonna be brought over here to America.
Right.
Everything's gonna be regulated. Like you think you have freedoms right now, but everything's gonna be regulated. Even when you can drive, even when everything's, they call it a 15-minute city.
They tell you the World Economic Forum, they tell you that for what? In the fourth industrial revolution, you will have nothing and be happy, man.
Right, which they're actually telling you. No, that's a good point. They're telling you that. Because guess what they just came out and said? You're not going to be allowed over 1,000 points, which is like $1,000.
1,000 CBDCs, and that's why you're going to have a certain amount of things you can get from the store. You're not going to be able to get going to the store and have 2 fucking buggies full of things. You're gonna be able to get
How big are the families going to be allowed? What do they do in China? So if you have 5 kids, what's going to happen? They're going to, or be given to the army. They're going to be sent over there to die in the fire amongst the armies of the world. Yeah, but there's a whole thing. It says, for the World Economic Forum, the narrative and ideas shop of the ruling class. Do you hear that? So the WEF speaks for the ruling class, and they're narrating what's happening in the world, which they rule.
The thing is, what's that chapter? 1 second, look at that. Not even 1 second. But the thing is, when you watch that video, it shows you how it had it set up by class. The elite, they say that what's mandatory, you can have that juice. You can have at least 2 boosters. But when you go to the fucking elite class of this new world order, they ain't gonna have none of that shit. It's only you peasants. You see people under the elite that has to have that damn juice and 2 boosters, man.
Right. Which I worked in a wealthy building where the whole building was like a bomb shelter, and it was a wealthy class of people. I was the maintenance guy in there, and they were trying to mandate the thing back then. It was before all this, and I said no because I didn't get down with it back then. But I said, why don't they take it? They're worried about getting sick, and they said no, they don't do that. You take it. You're the servant to them.
Oh, and you know what else? This lady I was talking to, she was telling me that 'cause she's like a journalist and she has some type of podcast. I don't remember exactly, but she was doing a story, and basically the story it was a commercial, and that it was a bunch of doctors and nurses, and they were on the commercial promoting the jump shot, right? And as soon as the cameras cut, the journalist lady was telling me, she was like, yeah, they were promoting it on the commercial, but as soon as the cameras cut off, all those doctors and nurses are like, I ain't taking that shit. I ain't not taking that.
It says,
sounds like a secret.
it says, the later applications, which they set up the system, and now the system is in place, and now the later applications is putting this device inside your body. It says, are aligned with their feudalistic ambitions. And let's see what their feudalistic ambitions is. Of pertaining to or characteristic of. What did they say in Revelation 13? When you go to grab it for me, Revelation 13. Start at verse 11. And then you can read down from there because it tells you what they do is they're setting up an NWO. All right? Go ahead, brother. Yeah.
Revelation 13, verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon.
Right, so this is that 2-party system of America. You have the Republican and the Democrat. And they act like they're here to help you and save the world. All right, but it speaks as a dragon. What is the dragon? He's pushing executive orders. And that's what's going to happen. They're going to push an executive order where everybody in the world has to have this device in your body or you can't be part of society. And you got to remember that they bought guillotines. And it prophesies that whoever doesn't take this device, they're actually going to chop your head off.
And we know that the majority of the so-called black Hispanics in America, you're going to go along with it because you don't stand for shit. You ain't get no balls, man. You niggas ain't got no integrity. Just like when this man first came out and said that jab was mandatory, you niggas line right up, roll the sleeve up, and got it. Because you want to continue your life.
They didn't even bat an eye, you know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't consider the laws.
Say shit. All the research came out on how dangerous this damn jab is, but you niggas love to be a part of this man's society so much you're gonna go and take the shit back. You fucking idiots. When you could have easily just said, nah, you could have still put your principles and your morals and got another fucking job, man. But you niggas don't stand for nothing, man. You niggas are, you Israelites are cowards, man. And that's how we know that you're gonna line up to get this fucking, this mark of the beast, man. All you have to do is chop one person's head off, and you niggas gonna get aborted because you're cowards, man.
Oh, he'll shut the lights off, shut the water off, shut everything off.
These niggas go one day without eating, they folded, man.
Yeah, and then you're gonna get an alert. Hey, get inside.
Order out of chaos. Order the chaos.
Yeah,
You know what else?
man. They gonna fold.
You know what it is though too, is it shows that the ones that are taking all these devices, Lisa, they're not the elect, because it tells you that the elect are not ignorant of the devices of the wicked. You know?
Because we're the watchmen.
Right.
We're watching
That's
for
why I
this.
say, look, 2/3 right here, is people on the shore for a lack of knowledge, man. Because you niggas love to lead to peace on you, most high. That's why it's gonna lead to your death and your destruction, man.
Right.
You niggas gonna try to continue like that in Babylon the Great, and it's gonna end, man. Because at the end of the day, this is not our rest. see, you niggas are so fucking weak and conquered by this man, man. You see, you can't even fucking see this man usually living and walk up and down these streets, so-called freely. You niggas really think you're free?
Right.
You can't even see that you're being oppressed, man. You see, because you in that fucking house niggas spit, oh, Master, let me eat. Master, give me clothes.
And really,
Master, give me a picture to fuck
he's
on.
gonna cut all that shit off soon.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna be able to go nowhere. These restaurants and all that shit is gonna end. You gotta remember, there's new laws going in tonight. January 1st, 2023, there's new laws that are going into effect. Society is not gonna be the same in 2023 as it is in 2022.
Shit, it wasn't even after the big peacock.
Yeah,
Everything was different, man.
right. They're
It wasn't
ushering
the
you
same
into
shit, this shit popped off.
right.
Well, Esau's deceptive because he changes legislation without even informing you. Right?
No, society hasn't been the same since the sea, man.
Yeah.
It ain't been the same. But that shit started in 2019.
Yeah.
The summer of 2019, something like that. 2018 was the last like so-called normal year. And then
That's
after
what
that, it's been different, man. It ain't been the same.
And it's strange. It's really strange. Like when I grew up, you wouldn't dare wear a mask. I was scared to wear the mask. Honestly, they told me to wear a mask. Growing out here, this is a so-called more white state than other states. I knew, hey, they might shoot me going in there with a mask, thinking I'm going around. I had that fear, that anxiety, being in this wicked-ass society.
Jake wears a mask.
Yeah. All your life, they tell you, don't come into the store with a mask.
Bro, I was going to the police station and said, put a mask on. I was like,
This is a setup, bro.
I said, hell nah, I love, bro.
I don't know exactly the history, but they did that in the Greek Romans where they were making people wear masks, cover their mouth and all that. It's like
We did that years back in yeah, well,
it's actually a wicked ritual that the elite performs, the Jesuits,
And that's why they put it in the book of Matrix, in that movie Matrix. Remember, it still does face up. Get that 14 up.
This is Revelation 13, verse 14. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast.
Right, so he has technology, right? A lot of people are saying that they're sick, right?
Saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live.
And that's what the WEF just said. It says right here, the later applications are more aligned with their feudalistic, being coming together, federal, it says ambitions, one new world order. It says the WEF is the chief coalition builder for what amounts to the modern, that's why in the school system they're saying they're modernizing the children. They're indoctrinating, right? It says the depopulation movement. That's how you know these people are fucking insane, bro. They're about to be depopulated by their own fucking government, and they still out here just buying and selling and marrying and giving marriage. It says, over the years, they partnered with big tech, central bankers, governmental and international organizations to facilitate their federalistic vision for the future, which is what? Go ahead, brother. Make that, you can read down.
Revelation 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
So that we're in that time, he's giving power to the image, that one world order, he's putting life into it. Why? Because it's coming from above. It's not Esau. It's Yahweh Hashem Yahushai that is bringing this to pass. Because he's done with this thing, bro. He's long suffering. He hates the devil that rules the world in wickedness, and he's gonna kill everyone that's disobedient. Go ahead. Go ahead.
That the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Guess what? You don't take it, you're not going to be able to buy, you're not going to be able to sell.
Guess what? That threat of life comes upon the majority. When they put their hand on people's damn
It'll
device.
be like this, bro. Like,
And honestly, bro, this could come out tomorrow. Starting on the 1st. No man knows the day or the hour.
these people are
But this is how it's set up. It's already set up.
It's like in the days of Noah, people out of nowhere, man.
Out of nowhere.
these people are so weak and stupid. They're literally going to be fighting each other to get to those devices.
We're talking mainly for our people. We're talking about the heathen,
Right.
the heathen.
Right.
What the heathen nations? You're talking about the 2 million, they gonna line up and shit. They're weak, man. You see them, they don't stand for shit.
Right? It says the future, which involves deliberately rolling back human progress, innovation, and flourishing under the guise of saving the planet from a climate emergency. So what they're saying is they're going to take off that disguise of being a lamb with 2 horns, but now they're going to show you the true dragon that they are.
Esau's going to show you his motive.
Yeah.
Guys, the fucking climate change. Hey, that's Isaiah 10 and 1. They decree, go back to the decree.
Hey, they just agreed martial law in Buffalo, New York. This is eventually going to become a whole thing, like global world order, man. It says, while various WEF partners have different motives for joining the ruling class alliance, they all have an initiative to cater to the WEF's most prized climate hopes narratives. So what are they going to attack? They're going to attack the prophets. That's the only thing they can do now. They're going to take off that mask and they're going to show their true devilish ways and they're going to persecute the saints. Up there on Revelation 13, well, I think it's verse 5.
I got that one.
Go ahead,
Revelation chapter 13, verse 5. And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 40 and 2 months.
Right, so he's powered by Yahweh Hashem Yahushua to accomplish this wickedness that the brother just read in 2nd Ezra, was it 15? Right? So now it's coming to life. They're going to make this thing happen by the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. He's giving that power to the left-hand side as the sword. Go ahead.
And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against power to blaspheme in the blaspheme his name and his tabernacle and them that dwell in heaven.
Right, which are going to persecute us. See? And that's what they're preparing for. That's why you're seeing these people that speak out in the internet being arrested. That's like an omen. If you read what an omen is a
sign of something, yeah.
they're telling you what's about to happen.
It could be a bad thing or a good thing.
Speaking against their name, how much more those who are speaking according to Yahweh?
Right, exactly. Exactly.
So that's what's happening. They're attacking so-called free speech. They're attacking you. They're attacking you for coming against how things are being ran. All that.
They're attacking us for speaking truth.
The men of the Lord.
And what did Oswald say? The one that wrote the 1984? He wrote it back in like 1920s, but the movie 1984 shows pretty much what the New World Order will be, which will be a boot in your neck. And he says, when truth is become a revolutionary act, that means you're in the time
All
of
this
all
time you
deceasing.
wasted.
And that's what's happening right now.
But
They're about to deceive you.
camera. Just go.
I know.
What are you doing, bro? Just go. Walk.
Go ahead, bro. Get that piece.
This is Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak, and not lie.
It's happening. It's coming to pass. You got the pangs, the prophets of sorrow. We're telling you what it is. We're narrating the story. But guess what? You got the sorrows literally happening. What did we just read today? $7 gas.
It sounds spiritual. They bowing down. They bowing down as they walk through the shit. That's the spirit.
Through the Spirit, Yahweh got us down.
The spirit got to bow down when they walk through.
You got more of that?
Yeah.
Oh, let me get. My bad. Let me get this one. I want to grab it. Just to land back on what you were saying, right? Revelation 12 and 12 tell us that they're going to listen and watch. Revelation 12 and 12, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time.
Hey, go up one more verse over.
Oh, verse 11? Revelation 12 and 11. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb, and by the word of the testimony, and they loved not their lives unto death.
And that's how we're going to come to the victory by Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. We got to lose the love of this world. You literally got to harden your heart to this world, because this world is not going to continue.
And what does that mean, too? It means even your life, martyrship, right? Right? Become a martyr for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You stand stiffly in your face. Don't fall.
And really, that's what they are. Remember Tate, what did he say right before it happened? First they warn you, then they arrest you, and then they kill you. So what was this arrest? It was a warning to them that are speaking out.
It was actually a fucking, some shit be laying on the internet, like you do.
Yeah.
It's called SWAT. But they're called the fucking SWAT team. So, oh, that's somebody in the hospital. And as a SWAT team, they have to respond to that shit. So that's what happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, but it's all fucking bricks. And they're trying to paint a narrative against speaking out about what the elites are doing. That's what they were doing. And who are the main ones doing this? Men of the world. So it's showing you where it's going. This whole thing is happening. It's showing where it's going. And any type of rebellion against the system, Esau's going to come against it, man. Especially us who don't know what things be how about
And that's why the apostles died in such manner, because they were in a Roman time when the Romans were ruined. The Romans are the Americans today, the British, you know.
America is just an
Greeks.
extension of Rome.
Yeah. So that same treatment that they gave our people in the past, that's what they're about to give, but they're going to put it on a whole nother level because the Lord is doing it. He's using that so-called white man as a sword against you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Yeah. Right.
We're going to be good.
Right.
We're going to be taken care of.
Right.
What do you think?
It says, that verse 11, it says, as long as we keep pushing this truth, we're going to be all right.
Because at the end of the day,
And even if we do get killed by Esau,
It's game.
we still win.
Yeah,
hey,
that's his game.
you got an automatic crime to down the way. But the thing is, because you have to understand, you have to put it in the balance, man. So what's going to happen is the whole world is going to be going into a state of chaos. Judgment's going to be flowing out all throughout the earth.
Brother, focus.
But yeah, so you have to put it in the balance. Sheesh, bro. You have
I
to
don't
put it
want
in
no
the balance.
trouble.
You have to
I
put
got to
it-
survive Jacob's trouble.
You have to put it in balance, man. So we're all gonna feel this heat that's gonna come from the Lord. But the thing is, the 1/3, the elect of Israel, we're gonna go through this to be made pure in this fire, man. We're gonna go through the front of the flesh. We're gonna feel it. We're gonna see it. But we're going through it to be made better. You 2/3 are going through it to be destroyed and judged. That doesn't make sense to me. That really doesn't make sense. So you must ask, it's on them, you know what I'm saying?
This is Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry.
Right, it's not going to wait. They're speeding it up. Esau said, we're speeding it up. You got the Revelation 13:6?
What I just read, the vision, he's about to read the vision that John the Revelator had. He saw people, John the Revelator saw people lining up at the stations ready to get that grain of rice in their hand.
Get that farm, bro.
The rock.
This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 6. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against power to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle and them that dwell in heaven.
And that's why they're going to attack the prophet. What are we teaching? His name, Yahweh, Bahasham, in the name of his son, Yahweh Shai. Rakah Kodash, through the Holy Spirit. Go ahead.
And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them, and power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations.
And it's a spiritual war too, because that's why they pull down our videos on YouTube, and you know they cut our videos.
Right? And what they're going to do is they're going to
Suspend
come in
our
like a
channels.
flood. Just like Yahushua got arrested, they're going to arrest the prophets in such a manner. You'll call it, jump down to verse 16.
16.
Yeah.
All right.
16 and 17.
Well, let me read this last one. Let me finish that.
Okay, fine. Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
And what's he do? No resources unless you obey. Guess what? Everybody's going to bow to the rules. Yeah. Go ahead.
Verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name.
There you go. We already got that. Go ahead.
This is going to tie in beautifully with what the brother just read. This is Habakkuk 2 and 4 and 5 I'm going to read. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him.
Right, which Wisdom of Solomon 2, he says the ungodly, they're not upright. They're wicked in their mindset.
Yeah, they're devices. Literally, that word device, it means like it goes back to like devil. It's in device, devil. It's the same. And then let me give you this. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. So the just are going to recognize, because we brought it up earlier, the righteous are not ignorant to the devices of Satan, right? That's why when you go and you take these devices, you're right away, you're declaring that you're a two-third or you're heathen. You
The
know?
word device, as a noun, it says intent, desire, an expressed intent or desire, a plan or design, a literally composition.
So we know exactly what the devil is doing, man.
Right?
See, the elect is not deceived by this stuff, man. It's you fools out here who are clinging onto this man's society as if it's yours, man. You're deceived because you're independent and you're a part of this. You're not a part of this, man. He doesn't give a fuck about you. You see?
And it says, and all those are to do the job of dividing. And that's what that thing's going to do. That device is going to divide
The
the
elect.
elect from the rest.
Right. And it says, but the just shall live by his faith. Why are we going to avoid those devices? Because we believe this truth. We believe this Bible.
Revelation
have faith.
13:10. Because that you have kept the word of my patience, I shall also keep you from the hour of temptation. Go ahead, brother. Read it.
Revelation chapter 3 and verse 10. This is Lord Yahushua speaking. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation.
And in that word temptation, there when you go into it, the meaning is an experiment. That's what they're running. They're running one big experiment, a plan. And it was all pre-planned on their devices, and they're bringing it to the world, and they're like, this is how it's going to be.
And this is all according to the will of the Lord, man.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, this is the most high story just playing out, just like you said. These fucking devils, these Edomites, they're the rope was playing out. And they're going to get exactly what most of them to get with it, man. Which is 2/3 of these Israelites. Because what? You receive not the love of the truth. You want to continue on to follow the heathen. And you're going to do that until your death, man. You're going to follow the heathen right until the lake of fire, man.
And the brother was reading part of that verse. It said patience. So because we're not going to take this device, the word patience means suffering, you know? So we're going to have to suffer a little bit. You know, there's going to be days where, hey, we may not eat one day, right? Because you can't just run like the heathen to the place where you use your device, you know? So we're going to have to suffer.
Oh, it says in Philippians 4.
A little bit.
I was here. What is it? Actually, brother, if you could grab 2 Corinthians 15.
Let me grab this last one. This is verse 5 in Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. And the brother just read that everybody's going to be tried by this device. See? That's how Esau's trying to gather everybody, all nations, because everybody, no matter what fucking country you're in, this agenda is going to be being
It's already in place, really.
Right.
It's just got to be activated. That's all it has to do is be activated.
you're going to try and force it everywhere. No
Yeah,
matter
it's
what
already
you're
set up. They set it up under that, even before that it was set up. But especially in this, this deed that happened, this plan that took place. Yeah. Yeah, bro.
This book of Revelation 3:10 says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
What does that entail, man? That entails that the elect is going to take care of the even the Lord Yahweh Shai. So when this hour of temptation comes, which is what? The mandating of this MOTE. You see, we're going to be taken care of. And that's what that entails, man. We're going to be kept from that. We're not going to want for anything, man. So we don't have to even have that fucking earth, but I got to go take this because I don't know if I'm going to eat. Well, the Lord told you, you got the faith. You're going to eat. Don't it tell you that? My servant shall eat.
You're good.
My servant shall drink. My servant shall rejoice for
But how many times have we spoken about something and it comes to pass?
Fine.
That's literally how the food's going to happen.
And that's what prophecy is.
Prophecy is to say before it comes.
Don't it tell you that when the days of trouble come, we're going to be shielded by Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh Shah. We're going to be rejoicing and have abundance. It's because of what? Yahweh Shah is going to keep us during the hours of protection like everybody else is fucking doing their mind. And it's bullshit. And the thing is, a lot of motherfuckers going to go and get it, and they're still not going to be able to get it.
Right.
Right. What? At the end of the day, food is supplied by the Most High, not by man. Now, the Most High set up these institutions or these things where you can go and get a fucking burger from them, and then at the end of the day, you still eat because of the Most High society. And that's everybody on the earth.
I seen it, bro. A chick here in America got the device, but instead of putting it between here, they put it right here. She put it right there, and the device wouldn't work, bro. She still had to run to the car and get cash to get it because it wasn't working.
Yeah, this device is going to fail them. It's going to
Actually make you sick.
sore.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like
It's going to be an infection.
it's like when you first found that jab, what happened? They got it, so they would get sick. What happened?
They're sicker.
Oh.
They got sicker
Bro.
or passed out.
Everybody, a lot of people that took that jump shot, they are suffering from strokes, heart attack. My uncle, bro, one of my uncles, I know he took the shit. I never asked him, but I know he did. And after he took it, well, guess what? He's in a wheelchair now. He can't walk. You know?
That's what that shit did. You
Right.
even see fucking Leon, he lost 2 of his toes. And then talking about, he called his mama talking about, blood clots is hereditary. No, the fuck it ain't.
Oh.
You got them damn blood clots.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
He's like, your granddad had blood clots. That shit, the blood clots is not some shit you inherit.
That shows you the power of the
it's
Lord.
a-
Because what was Dion famous for? High stepping.
A lot of
Man,
people,
hell.
I sent that video to all you brothers that scientists, that little Asian scientists, and he was breaking down the radio microwave sicknesses. Well, most of the sicknesses that people are experiencing is coming from the technology that everybody has in their hands, in their home, that's being, diabetes, they were showing that frequency shit that coming out of those antennas, that shit's giving people diabetes, because it actually pulls the glucose into the blood. You know?
Yeah, you get nauseous.
Yeah,
I remember when they first installed those 5G towers, brothers were getting sick, being in close vicinity. Like I would wake up at where I live and I would be
And
like
a good
nauseous.
thing for that, though, a good thing for that
I
is you
never
got
had
this
that.
truth and this knowledge, which you use if you feel that sick and you say you're not getting better, get a stone and look it up and look up what stone absorbs radiation and put it upon you and pray that Yahweh Shem Yahushai take it out of you, put it in that stone, and you know if the Lord will take care of you. It's not the stone healing you, it's the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
Since you say that, it brought into remembrance of like you said, this is wisdom, this is knowledge that it starts out with our elders, right? They've given us, we learn things from our elders. I'll give you a quick example. The elder Tahar was talking, this like 2-3 years ago, he's talking about cayenne pepper. If you're gonna feel like you're having a heart attack, you take a tablespoon of cayenne pepper, that shit will reverse it in a moment. I told my mom about that, right? And she literally went through that experience, and she did what I had told her. And she called me like back, like in amazement. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I can't believe it. She's like, I thought I was literally having a heart attack. I took that cayenne pepper, and you know, call Allah the elders.
And I know
they
we all
got
got
great wisdom, man.
we all got testimonies of that. I know I do, you know, and that's all the men calling upon Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, because we all going through the same experiences. Did you have another cell phone? Hold. All right, I got this in Philippians 4, verse 11. Not that I speak in respect of want, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am, therewith to be content. I know both how to be abased, I know how to abound. Everywhere and in all things I am instructed.
And why was Paul saying that? Because Paul was well, they called the disciples unlearned men, but Paul wasn't in that category. He was a Pharisee. He was a master of the law. He was he had a high place in society. And when he started teaching the truth, that's to be abased. You're going to abase yourself. You know, we're humbling ourselves by doing this
You
work.
know what he did? He worked with his hands. When he was down in his downtime, he was mending sails and tents. That's what he did as a man. Yeah. It says, everywhere and in all things I am instructed, both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need. I can do all things through Hamashiach, which strengthened me. So we're going to get through Jacob's trouble through Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai strengthening us, which Isaiah 59:11. And they shall come in like a flood. That standard, which we have a standard already. He gave us the power of prophecy. Isaiah 59:19. Yes,
Yeah, man, so when it go down, we not gonna be out here fucking running around like chickens with our head cut off, because we know how to have things, we know how to go without. See, we've been trained up for this, man. That's what we're in a training camp right now, going through these things. So when it really pops off, we're not gonna be out here like the rest of the people, man. You could be having suffered no fucking loss or went through no type of suffering, man. You go through this on a daily. So when it happens, we're not gonna be moved like you people are gonna be moved.
Right.
You're not gonna know how to fucking handle these type of experiences that most of us you went to, because you haven't been something, you've been living up there in Babylon and all throughout the earth. So when it goes down and you lose your job, you don't have no food coming in, you don't know when your next meal coming, you don't know who to call, you've been calling onto these damn false idols, you're gonna be out here lost, man. You're gonna be sick. But us who've been raised up in the spirit of Yahweh Shabbat Shabbat, we gonna know what to do.
We're gonna have
Yahweh
that light.
Shabbat, man, ain't like today what you got for it. And then something gonna come through. We ain't gonna have to do that, because what the most I know we have need for all these things, clothes, shelter, food. There's gonna be supply for us.
And in anything in life, you got to prepare for it, right? Whatever you're going to do, preparation is what's going to make you succeed. See, this is what we're doing. Every week we come out here, every day, like the brother said, we're doing our videos. This is our preparation.
What's it say? A wise man can see the future. A prudent man sees the troubles of the future and hides himself.
Where? In the secret place of the Most High. So we can be under the shadow of the Almighty. I have to tell you in Psalms, what, 91? Is that 91? So
You want to grab a Psalm 145?
So when it goes down, man, we gonna know what it calls.
Yeah, because when you know something's coming and it happens, it's easier to deal with than when you don't get
That's what he
blindsided.
said. Yahushua said. He said, I told you this so that you be not offended when it happens.
Because he's giving us a heads up. Look, what's going to take place? He said, what? All things that my father made known to me, I made it known to you. Because look, you're my friend. I'm going to let you know, hey, this is what the father's going to do. This is going down like this. He's going to come against you like that. They're going to say all manner of things against you for my name's sake, but don't worry about that. I got you.
Which it says, now you're no longer a servant, but now a son. Because your father tells you what he's going to do.
So we got the 100% truth, man. We know everything that's about to happen. So when it comes, it ain't going to catch us off guard. When it comes upon those who don't know, that's what's really going to hurt.
That's what it says. They're going to look from one coast to the other, trying to find the men that taught the truth. But we're not going to be found.
Famine of the word.
Famine of the word. And it says in that verse, I was teaching on the sit down, bro. It says, not of food of water. So this is going to happen before like a heavy famine actually. You're still going to be able to go to the store, but they're going to stop us from being out here. It's going to become a crime.
At the end of the day, what the Yahweh trying to tell us before, don't labor for that bread that perishes. Labor for that bread that leads to what? Everlasting life. Because at the end of the day, when everything is going down, just like we said here through the Holy Spirit, you ain't gonna have no fucking hey, you're not gonna have no fucking clue about what's going on. See, because you what? Spend all your fucking time in that bullshit spirit and all this time you trying to be spiritual. You ain't gonna know what you're talking about.
That's especially like these women
Ten
bro, that are
virgins,
for the last minute, bro. You're going to get ran over.
Like you see, you get noticed over the last couple weeks, you spending their head up there in the Lord, fucking admonish you, fucking women there. You see, because a great time of judgment is coming.
And these women are at their peak right now, bro.
Oh, yeah.
They're at their ultimate all-time high.
All pride, bro. The pride is fucking through the roof.
And if you want to see what's coming to women, watch that movie Bad Batch. You women are about to become barbecue, man. They were eating them.
Literally.
Literally.
Literal barbecue on the spit.
What's
Yeah.
that?
I think it's Netflix or Paramount. I'm not checking that.
Right, here's the book of Psalms, chapter 50 and verse 15. And call upon me in the day of trouble. I will deliver thee, and thou shalt glorify me.
Who has the knowledge of that, man? Only the elected. When trouble comes from everybody else outside of this, they can be comfortable. Jesus Christ, whoever they fucking worship, Santa Maria, the sweet Mary, Mother, Jesus, whatever.
Queen of Heaven, right?
They can come on all that, and ain't nothing gonna happen. This will get worse because at the end of the day, the only one who can keep the how about you, how shot, man? You can think, and you Israelites too does it. So no, that's they people find the hard way.
And it
And our,
says,
our
you're
people
gonna
have a
glorify
zeal,
him.
but it's not according to knowledge. So they got all that bullshit in their front yards and shit, in their restaurants and pictures. They got the fucking
Well, that's what I
Last
say.
Supper.
That's why it says that at the end. It says, and we will glorify him. He's going to save them that are in his name.
Oh, yeah.
There is no condemnation that are in the spirit of Yahweh Shai, which is prophesied by the power of Yahweh. As it says, you got to believe that Yahweh raised him from the dead.
If you don't, you're dead yourself.
And then you got to honor the Son. It says, if you do not honor the Son, you honor not the Father. See? You got men that are completely cutting Yahweh Shai out of the picture. You know?
But all this belongs to him. How you gonna cut? That goes into that realm. You see, most I sent the son, and all the shit was working in the blood. They killed his son and cast him out, man.
Right. Right. And everyone he sent before him.
He was that
Now
rock.
the owner's gonna come down. He's gonna put them all to
Yeah.
death.
He was
Word.
that rock of offense.
You said, what's that key to those men who fucking kill his sister? You're gonna destroy him. That's what's gonna happen.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. You can't get that.
That was
Psalm 145.
verse 1.
Yeah.
This is Psalm chapter 145, verse 1. David, Psalm of praise. I will extol thee, my power, O King, and I will bless thy name forever and ever.
And extol means exceedingly glad service to him. Like when you do this work, you're exceedingly glad to do it. You're glad to be around the village. You're glad to be able to be useful to Yahweh Shem Shai.
And sometimes you gotta work up to that.
Because that word in Ezekiel 9 verse 4, when you go into the law, right, the mark that makes you exempt, the desire of Yahweh Shem Shai, just like King David had the heart of the Lord, you're supposed to have that heart, that desire.
Right?
The 2/3, they don't got it. See, the only reason you would be excited to come to camp, come do this work, excited to, have another day to serve the Lord is that Holy Spirit be upon you.
We were talking about that last night, bro. Like, you gotta understand, man. Let's put it in perspective. You gotta understand that you were constantly in the Most High's mind when he started coming up with this whole thing that he knows exists. And when he thought of you, he thought to make your spirit Israelite. Because the Most High could have made you a fucking heathen, bro. The Most High could have made us Edomites
Yeah.
and not give a damn about it. We were talking about that last night, but when you really put it in perspective, bro, we are blessed, man.
Is that,
Oh, and then be even more exclusive, being the elect,
Exactly,
being even more
exactly.
narrowed down.
When the Most High, he was coming up with the idea of who spirit was you, he said, I want that spirit to have faith. If you don't believe in my son, Yahweh died, and I'm going to save him. He's going to be one of them.
He
One
knew
of
us
them,
in
one
the
of them
womb.
guys.
Jeremiah 1 and 5.
It said it behooved Yahushua. That's why he's the author and finisher of our faith.
So, bro, we are in a blessed position as Israelites. So you got these guys, people who got this, like, you really don't understand.
You don't understand?
You on a low level of thinking, man. You out here trying to climb this, doing, bro, you really don't understand what this is all about.
The Lord
See,
set you up
and
to
that's
be
the thing.
cursed.
People have knowledge, right? People have an informed wisdom through experience and knowledge, but what they lack is understanding why. They don't understand why a baby can die in such a horrible way.
Because they think like mortals, man.
Right.
The most out of television is thinking like God.
Yeah.
And why is that? Because this verse I'm about to read right here real quick goes into what the brother's talking about. Jeremiah 1 and 5.
No.
This ain't our side, y'all. This is your side. You guys paid for it. This is Jeremiah 1 and 5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. Before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations.
So he formed you with a purpose.
And we had them do like those books. When we said we hit the fucking lottery, bro, and then what the most high paid us.
And you didn't even play.
We weren't
The Lord
playing,
put
yeah,
you.
exactly.
It's like somebody put a number in for you, you didn't even know.
And we had no say so.
It's a weird number, bro.
We were just born to be this.
And we could all testify when we were kids.
Come on, bro.
Even being young kids, we already had that mindset. Like we wanted to know the truth.
I remember I was like, I'm gonna have a big old house. I'm gonna have all these doors. I'm talking about like.